Sorry about that. I got it starting soon, got it live, and realized I forgot to pour my soda glass, and I needed Sprite. So yeah, hopefully it's not gonna lag too much. All of that jazz. What's up, you sinners and saints? I'm just gonna be hanging out for the rest of the night. I'm in about an hour and a half, maybe 9 tops. Finish cleaning out the channel. Get some of that more of that work done, and listen to some shit. So if you're gonna hang out with me, welcome. If there's better shit going on, link it, and maybe I can catch the link and have a place to sub to. So where am I at? Let's get down here. Alright, so first off I need to find something to listen to. None of my newer stuff. Like something back in the day. I know, like, shouldn't have to get far to where I'm actually going to be at with my cutting process. See, I think here's a couple that I actually missed that I probably could have cut. Huh. Here's the one I was listening to at one point, the William Freeman. Yeah, I think I really, like, maybe some old school Raging Atheist. Maybe we'll go all the way to the back. See what we can find all the way in the back. And I'll have to go all the way back to the front. And I got so much farther to go. Maybe at some point Saturday I'll have this done. And that's if I get a lot done after work tomorrow. There's so many live streams. So many live streams. We were listening to Otangelo, but I don't really think I missed the Martian's voice. That was mean. I shouldn't be mean. Do. That could be fun. Von Helton meltdowns are always fun. Smokey versus Otangelo. What do I got? I'm not even into old school rage yet. Not even really close. Could have probably done this before I actually started the stream, right? I mean, we're still in the icky taint era here. Which icky taint era was most of my live streaming era, if I really think about it. You see a lot better if I had my glasses on. The Mad Ducks was fun. The Mad Ducks was fun. I don't think that's the actual Mad Ducks, though. Still Icky Taint era. I'm almost tempted to click that one, but we'll continue. I forgot we did an apostate alliance with Godless Girl. Oh, that could be fun. No, let's continue. That one's really itching at me. All the old Misha shit. So I think we're pre-Icky Taint now. Maybe. Maybe. Yeah, I might get to cutting some streams today if I can find something to listen to. Huh. I've got so many fucking streams. Oh, we could... That's Old School Rage, Messenger revealed. I talked to Messenger not too long ago. It'd have been nice if Messenger would have came up in here. All the Misha pop-off shit's gotta go. Oh, I forgot that I played WoW on stream. I think I might have even played with Circe at one point, if I'm thinking correctly. Huh. Shit you forget, man, when you're drunk. Yeah, see, right there, January 9th, 2020, I wasn't a socialist yet. I was a progressive. I think this is the stream here where I was like, you know what, I think I'm going to really start thinking about this socialism thing. This stream with Pick Puncher. He changed his name. I'm not sure what his name is now. Messenger reveals shit. Like, I'm gonna find something. Like, eventually we're gonna get to G-Man. Yeah, I know. Like, I was drunk as fuck. It's one of those street G-Man encounters. Like, where's one of my debates? Let's listen to one of my debates. Something, anything. Let me find something. Conversation with Faye was good. We're not still in the like classic rage live stream era yet. Oh, this one was fun. All right, this one was fun. If I remember this one correctly, this one was fun. I think this is something that we might be able to listen to for a while, maybe. Yeah, let's check this out. Let's see what happens in here.
What is up, you heathens and demons, you beautiful, blasphemous people?
Now I gotta go all the way back.
Welcome back to a
Let's get to when I get somebody in here.
Two of us here.
So apparently, like, Richard might pass out at some point from just, like, blood rushing to his head because he's upside down, guys.
It explains why I'm so red.
Alright, so we got Richard. Let me see. Yeah, I think this is when I have, like, a few, like Richard. You can't really count Richard as a Christian against me. All right, yeah, this looks like it's gonna be fun. Richard, we're gonna, not any disrespect to Richard, but we're gonna skip past just the solo Richard shit because Richard's is a friend. So we'll get to hear who is that. I don't know who that is. They look interesting. So we'll start it from here.
Quick, so,
now I got to get back.
Let me get to that, and then I'll go to where you're at now, which is basically that there are other beings, if not gods.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
well, God says I stand amongst gods, or at least that's in the Christian text.
All right. Um, so the first thing though, so the problem of evil when you have an omnipotent, omnibenevolent God is that why? So what possible good can it be to have innocent children? Now, I'm sure that there are some radical extreme Islamic terrorists and militants in Yemen that might deserve the famine there, but there are thousands of children dying that don't, and they're dying very, very slow, deliberate, painful deaths. And what could be the possible good for that event?
Well, there was actually quite a lot there. First, I would say, I guess I'm going to do it in reverse order because my memory is like that sometimes. I'm not saying that suffering is good in our immediate experience, but in chapter 5 of the book of Revelation, it recalls where the angels who live with God come from, and that they had gone through the great tribulation, that their clothes were washed in the blood of the Lamb, and that means, of course, accepting Christ, and then they now reside with God. But according to the Bible, in that expression, in that explanation of things, those who go through the great tribulation and wash their clothes in the blood of the Lamb and then reside with God are humans. So it's saying that angels were originally humans on earth, that we're the same kind as they are. They're the same thing we are. It's just that we're genetically restricted and they're not. That would be the only difference. So then if you consider the possibility of a guardian angel, I have to ask myself the question, what gives them the right to give me any advice, and how the heck would they know? Well, that answers the question, how they would know. One of them up there somewhere had the same life I'm having now. So yeah, they probably understand it pretty good if they lived on a planet much like this one, had an experience much like mine. So yeah, if those beings exist and that's what they are, I probably should take their advice. But backing up a little bit, if someone is suffering, it really hurts my heart. I wish I had so much money I could just pay for food for everybody forever. That would be great. I don't have that. But I'd like to do something like that. But the fact that they're suffering is not necessarily useless unless this is the only world, and that they cannot become guardian angels later, and that they can't comfort and love and advise human beings on an earth, lowercase, in the future. And that's why I wouldn't change it.
All right, but why wouldn't God change it? I mean, why is this necessary? Like, so say, so I know that you're not the type of Christian that like I think that you would probably think that all gods are the same God that you believe in, just different interpretation or something like that. Or the children in Yemen believe in Allah. So I don't know if you recognize that Allah is the same God as...
I believe I pray to Allah.
All right, so what if those children, lost faith in Allah due to that starvation? Is it justifiable to throw them in hell?
No, but they're going to really understand atheists in the next when they're in heaven and helping on the next earth. Pardon me. No, it's a very Christian doctrine that, well, depending on who you ask, 144,000 go to heaven. Just Baptists, who depends on who you ask. But if you actually,
I think I'm like deleting stuff I didn't delete the last time, and I'm not sure why I didn't delete them, because these are clearly not conversations. But I know I was trying to save conversations that I might have had on other channels, and those would be review streams by myself, but it's I'm reviewing it so I can get the conversations I was having on other channels onto the channel. I'm not sure if I really want to keep too many of those, or if it's necessary to keep those. But I know especially seeing, because I know I was past the William Freeman episode up here, or wherever it was that I saw it. Right there. I know I was well past that, because I was listening to that for an hour. So I think that I'm doing old work. I'm definitely not to where I was. Like, here's another one. Like, I could totally delete that. I totally could. Yeah, we're gonna delete those, and then I'm gonna try to get back to where I was. From what I remember, this, like, the whole point of this was, like, Christians come in, team up on me. Ali is there pretty much just to moderate and make sure it just didn't go completely off the rails. And I remember I did fairly well considering, like, it was, and at this point I don't even think, like, me and Richard are friends yet. Maybe we are. I can't quite remember. But I remember it being fun.
I think the Bible said 144,000, something like that.
No,
yeah.
well, that's the first fruits. But if I said I wanted to hire you to harvest hay and there's a first cutting, well, that means there's a second cutting. Okay? To say first fruits suggests second fruits. So when they say something like that, they're making a huge leap, and it's not in the text. In fact, the text says the opposite. In the book of Revelation.
Well, and what's up, chat? So yeah, like, if you, I'm just kind of shooting the shit. Gonna cut streams until I go to bed. I'm actually getting tired. I'm not sure if I'll make it till 9. But yeah, thanks for being here, for hanging out with me. Missed all you guys, even the ones that don't like me. I miss all of you, except for, sexual predators. I don't really miss any of y'all. I'm getting tired. I can feel it. I'm definitely past my bedtime. Like, this is kind of foolish. This is really just my OCD wanting to get it done. When not too many showed up for the open room, I should have went to bed then. But had a good dinner. And now that I've had a good dinner, I am starting to get sleepy. So this might not quite be as long as I thought, but I want to get some of it done. Maybe. I'd like to get to, like, Praise is about to come in, and Praise is going to make it fun. So, not to say Richard ain't making fun, but I remember this being like bring back the dumpster fires, right? Like, I think this might become a little bit of a dumpster fire. Maybe we'll see.
All right, so do we want Richard
about Praise?
All right, so do Richard and TOG need to go then, or are you guys just going to hash it out with me making sure nobody screams at each other?
Well, I mean, we still don't really have a gang up of. I mean, they can stay. They can stay. We got one spot left. It didn't.
Yeah, we got this one guy. That's all I need.
Yeah.
What's up, Praise?
Sky ought to be in at 10. So yeah, we can keep it like this. We're doing good. Different perspectives.
Skyle's coming in too. Oh yeah, we got
the
some
gang up I was
gonna
have
on
for you, Praise. I was really hoping that would happen.
So by the way, Praise, did you hear my introduction about, like, Naka's instructions as far as me getting involved or not?
No.
So basically, my job here is to make sure y'all aren't yelling at each other and to, like, step in if you guys are talking over each other or something like that when you get into arguments. I'm probably not going to be participating in the debate too much, apart from, like, occasionally stepping in to ask a relevant question if I feel like something's unclear, or if Naka uses the wrong word again or something like that. So that's basically what my position is here. If I tell you to shut up, do so. That's basically it.
So can we interject one another as long as we're cordial about it?
As long as you're cordial about it, and as long as, if the person says, hey, let me finish my point, that you do so.
Right.
If you guys start talking over each other, I'll step in and be like, all right, y'all both need to shut up. This person gets to talk, then that person does, that kind of thing.
All right.
Okay, cool. Then in that case, Alakai, you interrupted yourself when Praise showed up. Could you please let yourself finish? You talk about studying Greek.
So I sent you a link in the private chat talking about the World's translation. It's specifically from the King James Bible. It's actually the words in Greek mean ages, talking about specifically the Greek conceptualization of how history works. So basically, it isn't that there were multiple Earths, it's that there have been multiple stages in history from the Greek worldview, and that was what was being referenced in those verses.
I understand the interpretation normally accepted, yes.
Well, this isn't just an interpretation. It's what the word means, generally. Like how it was used in Greek.
Thank you.
All right, so let's get this shit show rolling then.
Well, Yeah, we can do that. I was enjoying the conversation, but so we can continue. Like I'm a little off now. What up, Praise? Welcome to the show. I'm glad you showed. And yeah. If you have something that you'd like to pile up on me, you don't really have the allies I was hoping to have for you. But I know that I've been studying slavery all day.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for having me, Nakatsuchi. I respect your enthusiasm for what you teach. I mean, to what you espouse. So at least I respect that. And it's not like arbitrary garbage usually, but so I mean, a particular point I think I can critique you on, maybe your materialistic worldview. So I mean, do you really believe that? I mean, you're subject to physical laws, chemistry. Do you think you're a child of physical laws and stuff? I mean, you want to go down that route, or do you have another viewpoint of that?
So, my materialistic worldview. What do you mean? What do you mean by that?
Basically, like Degrassi, he said that humans are children of stardust. Do you believe that you really came from stardust?
Yeah, I personally do. I think that I'm fairly certain that we know that everything's pretty much dust. Don't you think that we came from dust, or at least women did, right?
Yeah, I think that atoms, like we came from, like our bodies, our material bodies were composed of atoms. I think that's what it's talking about. It's using metaphors to explain something that is natural.
Well, I mean, I think that our bodies are atoms too, but I mean, it's not what it says in the Bible. It says that I was misquoting. It wasn't Eve. It was Adam that came from dust, right?
Yeah, and that's what he's saying. God blew from the dust, the atoms, the natural things of the universe that made our outer bodies. But there's more to us than just bodies, than material bodies.
So, and Carlton's exactly right. It wasn't deGrasse Tyson that said that. It was Carl Sagan. But I do believe that we are essentially all stardust, and that stardust is. I mean, we know that it's continually falling into the atmosphere. This is like scientific fact, I believe. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I have this misconception of this materialistic worldview. When I hear materialistic worldview, that means I like shit, right?
No, I mean, it means that you're just mechanical, like you're a robot. Like, see, we're not just mere stardust. Basically, we both can concede that.
So what do you mean by mechanical and robot?
Like everything is mechanical with you. There's nothing that's innate, nothing that you were endowed with. We're talking about teleology, if you want to go that route. Teleological. Like, do you have something that is basically, if you're determined by the universe, you're just mechanical. Like, there's nothing you have that's innate that you can.
Yeah, Marty. I think I've intentionally haven't really watched anything back since we split. And she would probably be a person that I could throw an honest apology to, honestly, if I'm honest about it.
Operate off of.
That's not true, though, because I have plenty. I mean, I'm not some robot. I'm still a human being. I do things that other people can't do. Like I'm pretty certain that I could write a better story than you. I don't get what you're saying. Like, because I don't have God, I don't have a sense of being. Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, like everything is involuntary with you. I mean, you have nothing to operate off in your worldview that gives you voluntary or an endowment, anything that's unique.
So what do you think my worldview is?
Everything's physical, material, and chemical. Biological process.
So your worldview is a Christian worldview, right?
Yeah.
So what would you call my worldview?
Materialist. Maybe a scientific materialist. If that
but I'm not really that scientific. Like I'm not really scientific at all.
Well, for what it's worth, Naka, just to define a term for those in the back who may not know what it means, teleology is a particular system of philosophy that talks about the reason, explanation, purpose, or goal of things. It looks at things from the perspective that all things have a purpose or a goal attached to them.
Yeah, so he's basically saying that because I don't have God, I don't have purpose.
Wow, man. Wow. All right. So, yeah, this is... Man, listen to this shit. 5 years ago, I didn't know what the teleological argument was. Holy shit. I've probably done, since then, at least 4 videos on it. I've had several conversations on it. And it's definitely one of the first things I really looked at when I really started to actually learn about philosophy. It's one of the first, real arguments that I really looked at. So to have, 5 years ago, Ali had to tell me what it was is pretty fucking spot on, man.
No, I'm saying that you can't have any basis for any, or it would be arbitrary. Nothing that's objective.
Well, let me clarify for you. Just so my worldview, it isn't materialistic or whatever you want to label it. It's not atheist, because atheism isn't a worldview. My personal worldview is secular humanism.
Yeah, I never really said there's an atheistic worldview. I was saying that you have a materialistic or materialist worldview. And
I heard that, but I'm telling you, no, I have a secular humanist worldview. So I do have foundations to draw from. I believe that all humans deserve equality and rights. I believe that all humans are the same. I think that we're all a species of animal that should look out for each other instead of bicker over this nonsensical bullshit that we bicker over. But we have to have these conversations because people believe this bullshit pretty seriously.
Yeah, seriously, I agree with you there. I figured I'd chime in a little bit. But see, the only problem, what I take with that is that it's all borrowed from God. See, everything that you do is just another teaching of Satan, in a sense. Like it would be, it's the only other answer that would be there other than atheism. Then it's not. It's just Satan playing out his game.
So all right. So this is a lovely conversation. So because I don't have God, because I'm an atheist, even though I could be a really, really good person.
So right now, Ali's just playing, I think, moderator fairly well. Richard Christian, we all know, like, Richard Christian Asterisk, he's got his own thing going. Praise Christian, this one guy, Christian Asterisk, maybe more Christian now but I think during this period he was Christian Asterisk himself. So that's what we got going on right now. The one guy I couldn't recognize was this one guy. Again, another OG follower, one of the first Christians to really come into the rooms and hang out and chat. Very young Christian when he started, probably a bit older now, family man. Yeah, been in the chat today. So, like, OG folks, like these are some of the OGs when I really started streaming. Ali was an OG. Richard was an OG, but Praise was like the first person I ever debated on Modern Day Debate. In fact, that might be how I met Praise, was our first debate on Modern Day Debate, and that was way back in the day. Way back in the day.
And do really, really good shit. I'm working for Satan. And I'm not claiming to be a really, really good person. Skyout's here. We'll let Skyout in. I'm not claiming to be a really, really
bound to get fun
person.
now.
I've had some
Welcome
really,
to the
really
shit show,
shitty moments.
I should have said could.
But I think I'm relatively a good person. So am I ran by the devil when I'm being good or just when I'm being bad?
Potentially both.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I mean, basically, it would just be reduced down to impulse, though. You all see what I'm trying to say, Raging, is that whatever you have that you try to whatever convictions you have would be impulsive, just based on impulse. You would have nothing that's ontological or nothing that's teleological. It would
can I?
Well, so
Can I step in for real quick?
Sure.
I'm getting requests from Richard. Naka, would you like to allow Richard to participate in this debate because he has objections to things that they're saying, or do you want him to drop out?
No,
he tagged me in the chat twice asking the question.
I'm not in the private chat. No, feel free to jump in.
All right, sorry. Just as a mod, I wanted to make clear. I wanted to make clear if he was allowed.
This one guy's going at me, so it's basically going to be 3-on-1 with Richard maybe helping me out here and there. So yeah, Richard, I'll let you answer. And just I forgot what I was going to say now. So yeah, go ahead, Richard, because I forgot what I was going to say. Well. All right. So ontology, right? You said I don't have no ontological basis for my belief.
Yeah.
So your ontological belief is a belief in God, and my ontological belief is not to have a belief in God. I do have an ontological belief, but go ahead, Richard.
Well, I just don't know why praise is even.
I don't think that makes sense to me. Yeah, I don't know what I said there. I'll have to think about that. I don't think that makes sense, does it?
Bringing this up, to be honest.
So and
I mean,
full discretion, like I at this point clearly have no understanding of philosophy at all. I think I've come quite a long way, considering like I listen to it like half the time now. So I think I'm good.
I mean, I thought the idea
because I did tell them that they could dump on me.
Yeah, it's a criticism of his worldview.
Yeah, but the only unforgivable sin is blasphemy of the Holy Ghost, and he's not doing it.
Oh yeah, Puff. Definitely later. Yeah, definitely later. Definitely became one of those people that was subjugating people in my Discord server without a doubt. But this was back in the era when that hadn't started happening. Like when I cussed her, like I owe her an apology for when I cussed her out. But when I cussed her out, I had my reasons. I've been holding back.
No,
I definitely.
How much can you really help?
I didn't say he's going to hell or anything.
No, I have definitely done that shit, Richard. Though I mean, I had a whole stream where I dedicated it to that. So, yeah, I'm definitely. I mean, if there's a hell, I'm there. I mean, I don't deny that.
I don't believe you.
Yeah, I mean, come on, Naki. You gotta give it a chance, man. You just can't be like this aside, like cold hard to say, "Oh no, God's not real." I mean, give it that chance out there. You never know; God could work through you someday.
Actually, I've come out, pretty much philosophically agnostic. So, I don't believe in any gods, especially yours, because yours is a particular douchebag. So I don't think that if there is a God, that he's going to be so petty as to have this ant of a Nakasuchi on this ant of a planet that's talking shit about him. I don't think he's that petty. I mean, if there is such a thing as this God thing that you guys think, I mean, when it comes to Yahweh, there's no fucking way. I mean, there's no way God would be that big of a douche.
I think the problem is that you think sometimes God gets a bad reputation because of misunderstanding
like I swear,
of things in the Old
Testament. If we hit it tonight, if we get there tonight, if I get to like that sky out moment, what I can't remember it is, but if we get to a sky out moment that I'm thinking of that's like in my brain and I can't articulate, we're gonna switch up from here to that.
I mean, I think this is driven off of things like slavery and rape and all this
stuff. Based off of what I see in the world today, like I look at
what was it? Hashtag same as yours, something like that.
I had this conversation before y'all jumped in. What is the reason for thousands of children to be starving in Yemen right now? And why doesn't he stop it if he's so powerful?
Right.
Well, that's an easy thing
TOG, TOG, Naka ask praise, please let praise answer.
Yeah, and then you can pipe into this one guy after praise answers. Sorry, Ali.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine. If one way wants to come in, I mean, gosh, this one guy wants to come in, that's fine too. But my answer to that would be the problem of evil. And I think that God has to allow it for reality to be sustained. Because what if God, I mean, what if God steps in? Then, I mean, what comes after that? What comes after that? Then it just becomes an infinite regress, like an infinite chain where God has to come in there. Then there's no reality period. It's basically,
why have evil to begin with? Why make such an imperfect creation if he's such a perfect God?
Well, he allows an imperfect creation because of free willed creatures that.
How are we free willed?
We have the ability to choose what to love, to help people, to help the world, and people are very greedy, and you can see this in communist government, socialist.
Well, you can choose to help people and love people and help the world and not believe in a God. So why would that land consequence if that was the only thing?
Yeah, the crazy thing is, like, I'm still in Smokey era. Like, this is fucking insane. Like, 2020, fucking 5 years ago, and we're still in Smokey Saint era. That's, like, Smokey has took up so much of my content. That's fucking insane. That's fucking insane. But that's a good solid, like, 3 years of me versus Smokey Saint. That's absolutely crazy.
Never required.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to answer your objection, though, that if God does jump in, where does it end? Where does the line drawn where he's not supposed to come in?
I'm saying, like, why isn't God better at creating shit? Like why have we progressed to this point to where it's possible for thousands of children to be starving in Yemen, basically based on Saudi Arabia policy backed up by the United States of America?
Yeah, because in the gospel, Jesus says, if you feed me, you clothe me, you would do all these things. And this is what Christians are expected to do, to feed the hungry, to help the hungry, and to another, whatever issues are out there that people need help with. And this is what Christ, this is part of being a Christian. We're not supposed to sit in our butt at home and watch TV all day. That's not what Jesus called us to do.
Are you over helping the children of Yemen right now?
I tried to help through the money, tried to send money to different organizations because I just can't fly around.
So you realize that Saudi Arabia doesn't let anything get in, so your money's wasted.
And they're trying to thwart the will of God then, and that's what happens. And this is
you basically have to go there in person and feed them if you want to help them.
I know, and that's
all right. You guys are starting to cut each other off. I want to let TOG get in because you said you'd let him answer, and then you went at it.
Yeah, I'll let TOG go.
Well, Rage, if you care so much and you know all this stuff, then why aren't you there helping the kids of Yemen?
It's not my Christian duty.
Well, it's not. I help the children of Yemen. To help everyone out.
You know how I help the children of Yemen? This one guy, I talk about them. Do you?
No, I don't.
No, you don't.
But again, is that helping them out? If no,
I mean, and like, what kind of argument is that? Like, you're talking about Yemen. What do you do? Like, like, you do what you can is what you do, and all I have is my voice. During the summer of protest in the Black Lives Matter, I could go physically to protest, and I did for a couple. But, physically or even financially, a person in my position can't do much. All I can do is shout about it and try to make as many people aware of it. And if I can just make one person aware of it that does have financial means to help financially or means to even go beyond that, well, then I think it's worth wasting some breath,
It's bringing awareness to a situation because it's mainly Christians like you that are voting the fucks in that are allowing this shit to happen.
So are the people around Yemen hearing all this conversation right now? Are they going to?
No, they're dying. They're dying because of Republican policy that gave Saudi Arabia too much power.
Damn, you got me in politics. I'm not good at politics.
Damn it. I'm just saying, we're to cut the bullshit, right? So I'm getting attacked, which I brought you guys here to attack me on my worldview. So I'm getting attacked on my worldview. I didn't bring you here to attack me on that, but just to attack me, right? You're attacking me on my worldview, and I'm trying to show you that, if there was a God, he wouldn't be a piece of shit like Yahweh is. He'd probably be cooler than that. I.e., have a conversation with Ali about some.
So my conundrum right now, like, I'm seeing streams that I don't want to delete, but they don't fit my criteria. And my criteria technically was like 98% conversations. And the streams I don't want to delete are conversations, but they're me responding and mocking Smokey Saint's conversations, either that I had with him on other channels or that he had about me on other channels. And honestly, like, I don't know why I'm having that, like, little, like, I don't know, you know, I don't want to get rid of these videos outside of the fact that I've already gotten rid of a shit ton of videos. I think I'm going to just continue on that, like, you know, like, maybe my goal will be 99.5% just conversations and just, like, just brutally hack it, right? So that's kind of my conundrum right now.
The universe, the all-powerful creator of man, he sits up in that cloud, on his cloud, and he does absolutely nothing to help this world. So what good is he? Why should I give him my faith, and why should I base my fucking morality off of it?
Because it's the things you're supposed to do for him through the world.
That makes no sense.
I mean,
none at all. You didn't answer the question at all.
Well, I mean, I think it's even more cruel if God did interact, because then reality become artificial. So God has to, at a level, stay behind the scenes for us to even have a human reality, to experience humanity and to experience what it is to be a human. So I mean, there's a point where God can't just
keep that
jump on in. What if you stub your toe? As if God can stop that?
But he did.
You're gonna say that's being a douchebag there?
He did though. Like, you believe in the flood, don't you, Praise?
In a limited fashion, yeah, in limited context.
So, but that I mean, don't you believe in your Bible and what your Bible says?
Sure, yeah, but there's nothing in the Bible that says. I mean, are you trying to say that you're trying to apply the worldwide flood, that it was really bad for people?
God damn, double tap. Ugh. I hate that. It's been like all fucking day, last couple days. I got to really get better at that. Mrs. Smokey Saint, like, ultimately that's kind of what I'm doing. Like, I'm cutting things down by a certain criteria, and eventually, like, that's what this channel is gonna probably be. In fact, like, a lot of, I mean, outside of like conversations, a lot of like these streams that I'm kind of doing right now, where it's just me looking at shit, that'll probably eventually be cut out too. And this will probably just be like a Raging Atheist archive channel. Like, this channel is dead, right? Like, that's like, I've known that for a very long time. The algorithm isn't gonna bring any new eyes to this channel. Maybe a couple, but not. It's like I'm gonna have to start over. I'm not rushing to it, right? Like, I'm really like, I need a better computer. I need better programs. It's going to be a slow road to get to where I want to be when I start the new channel. So eventually that's pretty much whatever ends up making the cut is going to make the cut. I'm probably, I don't know, I'm going to make a couple more cuts, especially once it comes to the edited video side of it. I wasn't near as thorough with my cut with the edited videos as I'm being with this, I think. Even this, there'll probably be like some problematic streams that I find when I, you know, maybe once I really get into them, that I'll want to get rid of. But essentially, I think what's going to make this cut with streams, because I'm being pretty brutal with my cut here, is probably going to be that archive. And it's just to capture the gist of that work I did as the Raging Atheist, because I've completely moved on beyond that. Not so much the atheist. I mean, I know what I am philosophically, but I'm beyond the rage and the anger. I'm beyond a lot of this shit. You know, this shit with Smokey Saint and Matt Powell, and, you know, I've been there and I've done all of that.
Innocent people or something.
Talking about Genesis chapter 6 and what it says.
Well,
but I don't want to completely erase none of it either. You know,
I mean, rest can mean a piece of land. It could mean.
I mean, he killed every living being on the planet. That's what it said.
On the Reds, yeah, not the planet.
I mean, did he not interject in with mankind at that point?
Right, and this is where I would go into the Nephilim, and I think it was directed in the Nephilim. And the word "ish"
Yeah.
in the Hebrew.
What you think is that a bunch of fallen angels came down, raped a bunch of women, had children with them. Those children were so strong.
Yeah, I'll probably mute
and-
myself forever.
and created such debauchery in the world that God just killed everything.
Only this time is like it's totally different. It's not me like not pushing a little button on with my mouse. It's me double tapping the mute button right here. You can see, yeah, you can see that right there. You guys know what a Yeti. Yeah, I'm just not used to that button, so I'll tap it and I'll accidentally double tap it and I'll start talking, not realizing that I just tapped it mute again, you know.
But
So some things never change.
That God interjected in with mankind.
Yeah, he had to. He was forced to.
So why doesn't he do it now?
Because I mean, there's nothing impending that is like a half hybrid, supernatural, whatever the hell.
I mean, the world is clearly headed for mass extinction and disaster. Why doesn't he stop climate change?
Well, I mean, that's debatable, though. That's controversial.
It's not debatable. It's scientific consensus. It's not debatable. Go to fucking Iceland and tell them it's
no.
debatable.
I respect your opinion. I think there's both.
It's not an opinion. It's fact. Like you know, you Christian conservatives. I'm assuming that's what you are. You deny climate change because it goes against the fact because our world is going to shit. That takes away your God argument because God is not doing anything about it. You can't give me a reason why.
I mean, I can give you plenty of evidence that are
man, even though I just got you to admit that he does interject with mankind.
Yeah, I mean, well, I can give you evidence that the Earth is cooling, if anything, not warming. I mean, I can show you. I have a bunch of citation for that. I have citation from.
You better do some citations on that because it has been a natural progression of warmth for decades now.
So we've swapped the topic a little bit. I wanted to give Richard and Sky Out a chance to weigh in on what you guys were discussing before because it's kind of been the two of you going at each other a little bit.
I have to say that praise has a very mainstream view of.
I think I'm a little too happy with myself here, right? Like I'm a little too happy with. I'm enjoying myself, but I think I'm doing better than I'm actually. I don't think I'm doing badly, and I definitely remember doing better than what I'm like picking up here. But you know, it's funny like going back 5 years and listening to how you argue then, compared to like your knowledge base now. 5 years is a long time. That's funny. Like I remember Ocean Keltoy telling me I should do things like this more often way back in the day, and I don't think I've ever really done it too much.
Of the text,
but interesting, fun.
And he's
oh, damn it! Let's fix that. I just fucked up, but we can fix that real quick. Maybe I'm pretty sure it's public, or it's not public now. All right, fuck. All right, what did I do? I hit the wrong button. Damn it! Let's find something else to watch. Listen to. I got like 40 minutes tops. I got 40 minutes tops. Where am I at? Damn it! I was kind of getting into that too. This is starting to get good. What did I do? Gonna take another 40 minutes to find something. My day was Smokey Saint. That would be interesting. Oh shit! I want. All right, where am I at? I'm at 181 of 210. I want same as yours. That's what I want. Put it on YouTube. No, not that. Stop being ignorant.
That's what I was getting at. So everybody just mute, and then we'll jump in after they.
Stop being ignorant. How do I do this? How do I get it to YouTube? Settings, no. Like, there's a play on YouTube option somewhere here, I believe. I could be wrong. Where is it at? Damn it. You're going to make me lose track. I'm here. I'm at 181. We can listen the same as yours until it's done. It'll be bedtime. Fuck. You know, I'm making this harder than it has to be. We'll search from the right. Well, I can't search it because, man, no, I'm really making it because I can't search it. It's not public yet. Unless that was an edited copy. If it's an edited copy, it is. I'm being stupid. There we are.
That's what I was getting at. So everybody just mute, and then we'll jump in after they get going, and you know, once Dragnut turns Sky out into a puddle.
Yeah.
All right. So if you have never heard this, I think you're in for a treat. Hashtag same as yours.
Well, it may just be, you know, educational. Hopefully, folks. I've been drinking, by the way. I had some sake and Mai Tai tonight, but I'm trying to figure out because Sky Out appeared on my stream earlier today.
Dragnot versus Sky Out.
Saying the same thing that a lot of these guys say when they kind of conflate abiogenesis with evolution, and I mean it's a common error if people don't understand what exactly they're trying to address, because for them, well, since you know the genesis of all life is related to the proliferation of all life, it's the same thing, and it's not. Like it is actually two separate fields entirely. But maybe if Sky can put forth what he thinks is the case, we can go from there, because I don't know what his education is on the topic, and so I'm not going to guess.
Yeah, basically, I mean, obviously, you're probably going to be a little bit more educated on the subject because you study biology. But basically, what I was trying to say, like I gave you the tape of Richard Dawkins and to explain the origin of life and the spontaneous of assembly from organic molecules to a self-replicating cell.
Yeah, like some of these for sure, like really hurt me. Like Icky Taint ain't no saint. I was proud of that. I was just damn proud of the title and how the title affected Smokey and how the nickname affected Smokey. And I had a lot of fun with Icky Taint and my very different titles and silliness. I think this was way back at the very beginning of the Smokey Saint era when I was actually having fun with it. When it was a lot of fun for me. That didn't last very long. This has been interesting today, going back through all this shit, man. Some of these are really hard. Like Icky Taint ain't no saint. That one's hard to get rid of. I ain't gonna fucking lie. But my criteria is like, you know, I want to archive the conversations. I want to archive some of the drama, but I'm not trying to archive all of that shit. Like, and if somebody did, then, you know, bless their heart, man. All right, hashtag same as yours.
Basically, when you talk about the abiogenesis, I guess that's how you pronounce it. Sorry, it's just science words here.
So let's start off. Why would I listen to Richard Dawkins when it comes to a field that he's not even a specialist in?
Basically, you don't have to listen to him. I'm just saying, like, the majority of the scientific community, like that people look at Richard Dawkins, basically they admit that they don't know how the first replicating cell got here. You know what I'm saying?
So you've actually spoken to people who specialize in biochemistry, specifically molecular biology?
Oh yeah, that was a lot of fun.
I've studied it.
That was a lot of fun.
So which particular
we had our moments.
Well, I've studied it. Well, there's Rick Dean. There's a guy you probably just don't know. I mean, I could name
Dr. Rick Dean.
Yeah, and there's a couple guys, mostly just from him because he's a Christian too. So
is he a urologist?
I think you might be looking at the wrong person. But basically, back to the subject about like we were talking about. I was basically just wanting to make something simple and just basically identify the two definitions of what you were talking about.
Well, hold on. You're referencing this. You said so. Dr. Rick Dean. What is his actual specialty? So I can be on the same page.
I mean, if you want me to send you the link, I can do that in a minute here.
I got to talk to my daughter real quick.
What field does he have his PhD in? What did he do?
So I guess it's a good thing I had to like call my daughter real quick, because my phone hasn't been charging. I've got to get a new phone. It doesn't like to charge, and I have to do it right. And sometimes like it'll be there charging, and then it's got to be charged. It's got to be charged by work tomorrow. So I'm actually probably going to be up till about 9:30 charging my phone. Like, just to put it like in terms that Will Kincaid at least should understand. I've had this phone since I changed phones, so he no longer had my number. That's how long I've had this phone. So yeah, it does not like to charge anymore. It's charging now, so hopefully it'll continue to charge for me. I need it to be charged when I go to work. Before I go to bed, it needs to be charged. So all right, let's get back at it. You know what? I really think I kind of fucked up this. We're just going to let this play, and I'm going to try not to interrupt it because you need the full same as yours experience. If you have not heard this, you have missed out. Dragnot Silvis, I'm not sure if he's still around. He had always said, like, once he got his degree and he got into his field, he wasn't going to do YouTube anymore. So I'm not sure. I'm not even sure if Dragnot's still around. But this is old school rage right here for sure.
That's what I was getting at. So everybody just mute, and then we'll jump in after they get going, and you know, once Dragnot turns Sky out into a puddle.
Yeah.
Well, it may just be, you know, educational. Hopefully, folks. I've been drinking, by the way. I had some sake and Mai Tai tonight, but I'm trying to figure out because Sky appeared on my stream earlier today, and he's saying the same thing that a lot of these guys say when they kind of conflate abiogenesis with evolution. And I mean, it's a common error if people don't understand what exactly they're trying to address, because for them, well, since you know the genesis of all life is related to the proliferation of all life, it's the same thing, and it's not. Like it is actually two separate fields entirely. But maybe if Skyle can put forth what he thinks is the case, we can go from there, because I don't know what his education is on the topic, and so I'm not going to guess.
Yeah, basically, I mean, obviously you're probably going to be a little bit more educated on the subject because you study biology. But basically what I was trying to say, like I gave you the tape of Richard Dawkins and to explain the origin of life and the spontaneous of assembly from organic molecules to a self-replicating cell. Basically, when you talk about the abiogenesis, I guess that's how you pronounce it. Sorry, it's just science words here.
So let's start off. Why would I listen to Richard Dawkins when it comes to a field that he's not even a specialist in?
Basically, you don't have to listen to him. I'm just saying, like, the majority of the scientific community, like that people look at Richard Dawkins, basically they admit that they don't know how the first replicating cell got here. You know what I'm saying?
So you've actually spoken to people who specialize in biochemistry, specifically molecular biology?
I've studied it. I've studied it.
So yeah. Which particular authors have you studied their work?
Well, I've studied it. Well, there's Rick Dean. There's a guy you probably just don't know. I mean, I could name
Dr. Rick Dean.
Yeah, and there's a couple guys, mostly just from him, because he's a Christian too. So
is he a neurologist?
I think you might be looking at the wrong person. But basically, back to the subject about like we were talking about. I was basically just wanting to make something simple and just basically identify the two definitions of what you were talking about.
Well, hold on. You're referencing this. You said so. Dr. Rick Dean. What is his actual speciality? So I can be on the same page.
I mean, if you want me to send you the link, I can do that in a minute here. I was just wanting to respond.
Well, just name it. What field does he have his PhD in? What did he do?
Biology.
Biology.
Yeah.
Okay, so just biology. He just did a regular biology PhD, no specialization, just biology.
Yeah.
No one does a general biology PhD.
Yeah, he's. I mean, I can read his credentials. I mean, I don't memorize credentials. I think he's got a little bit more than that. I don't memorize.
Feel free. Just very briefly.
Okay. Basically, if you want me to read about Richard Dean, he is from the community from the scientific community from GodandScience.org. So he supports the Christian apologetics, which is created by Richard Dean, which basically has to do with if you go to the actual website, he gives a description of what his credibility is. But he is a scientist, he's a biologist, and he has like all these slideshows about biology and the study of organic molecules. And he has it in very detail. Like you were talking about the Genesis account on your stream, or actually, I think you were talking about Noah's flood, and he talks about that too. So basically, back to the subject. Though we're getting off subject a little bit. I was trying to get back to.
You told me what his you repeated biology, and you've not actually told me what how can I get this guy's thesis? While you're talking to me, do you have his thesis somewhere? Because when you tell me that these guys are from Grace's website. Most of them don't actually have any actual degrees in the field that they're talking about. James Tour, for instance, wants to talk about molecular biology, but he's an inorganic synthetic materials biochemist. And yeah, supposedly the guy's name is Richard Dean, and I'm having a hard time trying to find his thesis. And that's kind of important if you're going to make it sounds like you're making an argument from authority, but I'm not going to
No.
I would be on the same page with what is this guy's thesis and how does it support something that's clearly not scientific.
Hey,
he did his PhD in it.
Just real quick,
I was muted.
I just want to say immutable death.
That's only happened like 150 times today.
He is
it's fucking crazy.
Yeah, he's a
biochem major, and in a few minutes he'd like to get in. And I just wanted to point out to Sky out. You mentioned something about this scientist having slideshows. Kent Hovind also has slideshows. So.
Yeah, he does, doesn't he?
Atheist rationale. Could you mute though? We're letting Drag
Sky
out.
I apologize.
Go ahead. No, you're okay, and then we'll all get in here in a little bit.
Immutable. If you can find the guy, link him because I see the side chat, but I'm not finding any guy. Where is this guy's thesis at?
Yeah, I'm looking for it, and I'm like,
because I'm not finding
I'm not seeing it.
Let me see if I can find it for you, man. Just give me 1 second.
Because I think that's sort of important because it sounds like you haven't actually looked into anything within Acts. Have you looked at any primary research, first and foremost, on abiogenesis?
Hold on, let me give you what you want real quick before you ask me a question.
That's fine. And while you look for that, it's kind of important if we're going to discuss the topic that we're going to reference people who are supposedly done work in the field.
Yeah.
Oh man, that looks like Google Scholar. Not all right. Richard Dean. Okay, no wonder. Bachelor's in Biological Science, University of Southern California. Master's in Microbiology. See, Master's. I don't see PhD. So he has a master's degree in microbiology.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not claiming like authority over here. I'm just saying that's.
But when I said is it Dr. Richard Dean? You said yes, and he doesn't have a PhD.
Well, I do apologize about that. Like I said, I don't memorize his credentials, but he is qualified as a molecular biologist.
Okay. So you do know that when we're talking about abiogenesis, that is almost strictly biochemistry, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But,
I literally just mentioned to you that a lot of these guys like to speak like and I gave an example, James Tour, where that's not his field. Why is he speaking on a field that he doesn't specialize in?
Yeah, but again, I don't know where you're deriving your information from. You may want to show me that source too.
We're talking about the origin of life, correct? Of organic molecules.
Yeah. Do you actually have an author or a book that you read? Is there a book that you read, or?
There's lots of books. There is no one book. Sorry.
Yeah, me too.
We are referring to biochemistry.
Yeah, when I refer to Rick Payne, he's not the only one. Just like you said, you don't have the only one. So I'm trying to see what kind of books you read.
Okay, you have someone who specializes in biochemistry specifically.
The same books you read.
That it doesn't matter. We can find all types of books. I care about primary research. I mentioned that earlier.
Okay, what is your primary research? It's the same as mine.
I actually linked some to you. I'll link a secondary source to you.
Okay.
For primary. So do you want primary research on abiogenesis?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So I can link that to you. That's not a problem. So it's apparent to me that you've not actually looked on any primary research at any point in time.
No, I have. I looked at the same ones you have.
Okay, you looked at the same primary research.
Yeah.
When I say primary literature, you know what that is.
The same research and primary literature that you've looked at. Yeah.
Okay, so link me one of the primary literature sources that you have. What journal? Is it in Nature? Is it in Cell? Where is it?
It's the same as yours, man.
What do you mean the same as mine?
If you want me to show links, you have to show me one too. I'm not going to sit here and show links all day.
I mean, you are aware that like scientific journals are very widespread in their application, right? There's journals for organic chemistry, there's journals for biochemistry, there's journals for synthetic approaches, there's all sorts. Like, it's not just one giant compository like Google where you could just search it up.
Exactly. I was trying to get the actual conversation instead of looking at sources and actual websites. But,
yeah, sure. Like, what's one of the topics you've been reading into recently? Like, name a topic.
I thought we were going to talk about like the origin of life, not the sources of who we look to.
Yeah, I mean, there's several different issues with the origin of life, like RNA world hypothesis, the origin of heterochirality. Like, what topic do you want to go after?
I was trying to at least define our terms. I'm pretty sure we have like different ways and angles that we talk about this, so I'm trying to see if we can at least define our terms of.
Sure. What term do you find ambiguous that needs clarification?
Okay. Basically, I don't know how you view how life got here on Earth. Either the origin of life, the two possibilities of existence of life is either spontaneous assembly from chemicals, or there's a creator that created biological systems. So I don't know how you go through.
Hold on 1 second. Hold on, Sky Out. That was a complete false dichotomy. There's not only two possibilities.
Yeah.
I don't know how you think like humans got here, but basically there's only two ways. It's either organic molecules or there's a God who designed biological systems.
Nope.
Okay, that's weird.
Does DNA not like register in your vocabulary because it's a giant molecule?
Yeah, but we have something better than DNA. We have RNA, and that RNA existed way before anything. So you gotta actually look at that first.
Yeah, I'm very familiar with RNA and that it's like it transcribes DNA. It essentially helps get it complements DNA and takes it to tRNA and deals with proteins and all the fun stuff. But
I know what Drag was talking about, the abiogenesis, that things can come from non-living organisms or non-living life to a organic compound or some organic. But what we're talking about is basically what does the word and how did humans come to existence, basically, either through evolution or through something that came organically by itself. And
first and foremost, right? Humans is a long stretch away from a single cell.
Right.
Like, I don't think anybody thinks that abiogenesis just says, a star exploded one day and humans just happen to be the result of it by, some kind of woo-woo magic. Like
an alien.
Well, there's very few people who actually take that possibility seriously.
Is that you like to conflate abiogenesis and evolution, and this is exactly what I was talking about in the email. You switch back and forth between them. Either you want to discuss the chemical origins of all life, or do you want to skip ahead and discuss the proliferation and the diversification?
I'm sorry you were not listening, but I just explained what a biogenesis.
You literally named both of them and mispronounced one of them. So I'm trying to figure out which one you're talking about because they're not the same.
You were asking how is it that a human comes from a biological soup?
Thank you. Someone's listening.
Okay, but the issue is you need a cell before that can happen. So do you want to talk about genetic mechanisms of heredity, or do you actually want to talk about how it is we get a first cell? Because one doesn't happen without the other.
Exactly. Well, I was trying to explain our terms real fast, because I know we have different terminology. But I was trying to basically say that the descent, well, what is evolution? Basically, and I know Drag's going to say I'm conflating or confusing, but I'm going to get to that part too. But evolution has to do with the descent with inherent with genetic modification with biodiversity of life, with diverse with chemicals and organisms. Okay, so that's evolution. And so I don't know how the three types of evolution are divergent, convergent, and parallel evolution. That it doesn't stop there.
Hey, Sky out real quick. Let me get in here and just ask you a question. Okay, and I'm going to ask you the same question they just asked you because we need to get your clarification on this before we can move forward. Do you want to talk about the origin of life, or do you want to talk about evolution? Because you're talking a whole lot about evolution right now, and they're willing to have a discussion with you about evolution. But you say define your terms. How about we define what the discussion is? Are we talking about the origin of life, or do you want to talk about evolution? Pick one of them.
We can talk about the origin of life. I'm not too sure how you view how humans got here. That's why I referred to evolution. So if you can explain to me how humans got here without evolution.
Well, right, but you say that's why you refer to evolution. Evolution has, nothing to do with how life began, though. They've tried to explain that to you like several times. They're two different topics.
Nah. Basically, he tried to show me some sources on some websites.
No, not really.
I think it's funny too, Drag. I think it's hilarious.
It's So I'm genuinely curious. We can't even start the conversation because you can't pick a lane to discuss it in. Like this is literally a non-starter. It's really simple.
It is.
So let me give you an analogy. Do you want to talk about the threshold of a doorway, or do you want to talk about the interior design?
If it didn't Sky out himself, what's up, man?
Whatever you want to do.
Okay, so let's talk about the interior design, because that's probably where you know most in. Because I guarantee you, as soon as we start getting into the minutia of how chemicals actually correspond with other chemicals, right? You're not going to know anything. And I'm not going to spend time teaching you organic chemistry in this hangout. So it's easier for you to parrot stuff from AIG about evolution and for us to debunk it. That'll be much easier for everybody.
I wasn't doing that, but that's fine. I was just trying to clarify how did humans come to existence, Greg? That's all I'm asking.
Okay, so you want to talk about human origins then?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Finally, now the conversation can begin.
So look, Drag, you and Sky and Immutable, since this is your field too, feel free to let's let them go for like another 5-6 minutes, and then I'll start getting everybody else.
Yeah, other people can get in. So it's my understanding that the biggest issue of a lot of young Earth creationists is that they don't actually understand science as an enterprise. They don't understand how scientific inquiry works. They don't understand the inferences that are made and the philosophical underpinnings. And so when we have these conversations, it ends up being a discussion of, well, I agree with, and I'm taking the role of young Earth creationist, I agree with microevolution, that is evolution, divergence of species within my lifetime that I can personally observe, versus, well, you're telling me that I came from this hominid creature millions of years ago that somewhat loosely resembled me and loosely resembled an ape. And so then it becomes the game of, this credulity over that credulity, rather than, hey, we actually do have genetic evidence showing that we are actually related to these creatures. So I'm genuinely curious as to any young Earth creationist that has ever actually sat down and read any primary literature instead of just trying to gobble down Ken Hovind's dick.
Basically, I'm trying to give you an explanation of how humans beings got here and the origin of life and human beings. I don't know how you come to the conclusion that life began with non-living things to non-living things. Because
let's try and stay with one topic at a time. You said you wanted to discuss human evolution, so
for argumento's sake, let's grant him whatever the hell you want to say with that, because he's.
Yeah, this is old. This is like 6 years ago. I edited this together from an old conversation. Like, we're nowhere near the conversation. Like, we're still in Smoky Saint era technically in my deletion process of these live streams. This is one of my favorite interactions of all time. This was like just fucking beautiful, man. Sky Out, this was beautiful. Yeah, I'm in 2020, so we're like 5 years ago. We're getting there. We're getting to old school, man. Like, Smokey took up so much time and energy, bro. Like, all the people telling me for so long to stop going at Smokey, and just, man, it's like years of Smokey Saint shit.
I think he's working with an extra chromosome than we are. So go ahead, just
makes me tighter. Basically, you were talking about the microevolution, the macroevolution. Because basically, there's versions of it. I was trying to explain to you the fact that mutations are the ultimate source of new allies in the gene pool. So basically the ultimate source, the new allies in the gene pool. So the relevant mechanisms of the evolutionary change are natural selection, genetic drifts. So these are the types of evolution. They're divergent and convergent with parallel evolution. So evolution is the descent with inherent genetic modification with biodiversity. So there's microevolution, there's macroevolution. And I wanted to let you know, like, basically what I accept. I mean, I can accept microevolution as a scientific, reliable theory that describes intelligent design with microorganisms, which were endowed by a designer. But with with macroevolution is simply just not supported by any record of any scientific research. So
okay, I'm going to. I know you're making a point here, but for the sake of future in this conversation, what exactly are you referring to when you refer to macroevolution? For instance, what would be the fine cutoff point between macroevolution and microevolution?
Oh, very, very simple. Macroevolution has to do with an extrapolation of all changes in body designs, like the speciation between like parapatric and
now that I think about it, I could have kept this one and went to the next page. I could have kept that.
Thank you.
If you don't know what it means, don't use it, man.
No, I can't pronounce it. Sorry.
Yeah, if you don't, it's clear that you just recently heard that word. Just describe it. Just leave the label out. Just stop it.
Well, there's microevolution. There's macroevolution. I'm just letting you know about. I do apologize about the how pronunciation of the freaking word. But basically, I'm just trying to let you know that microevolution is what I accept as a reliable theory that God exists through which He designed with organisms, which are endowed by a designer. The atheists are saying that there is no God, and life came from complex sociology and biology, from evolution, from time and history, from society and experience, by Darwinian evolution, by natural selection, and that's something from complex sociology and biology from evolution. And to deny the existence of God, the scientific studies demonstrate that humans that deny a creator must believe that the universe came out of nothing and that does not need a cause, and that something can come into being out of nothing. So
Wait, hold on. I just want to ask, before you go on, Immutable, I just want to ask you and Drag, did anything that Sky Out just said over the last seven? Hey, Sky Out, hold up. Did anything that hey, Sky Out?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm getting feedback. I thought you were talking. I'm sorry. Did anything that he just said in the last few minutes, did that in any way answer the question you put to him?
No.
He was just asking. We were talking about the origin of life. He hasn't really said anything about it. He just wanted me to explain.
Hold on. What was Immutable's question?
Amoeba's question?
Yeah, what is the question he asked you?
The question you asked me? Or
no, Immutable.
What's the question that I asked you, Scott?
What was the question he had asked you that you literally just spent 2 minutes responding to?
We're talking about the origin of life.
My fucking God.
Oh my God.
So I asked you, Skyot, and perhaps you'll answer again. What is the difference?
All right, I'm going to be up a little bit longer than this. We got 8 minutes left in this. Make sure you can hear me and I'm not muted. I just found something like, oh my God. Oh my God. We have to. This was such a shit show, yo. This is gonna make me up like way late, and I'm gonna be super tired. Like I'm already gonna be super tired at work tomorrow, but like I have to let my phone charge, so I'm gonna be up longer. Like hopefully this, I can't stay up for all of it. But what a shit show this fucking was. We're gonna go ahead and get that queued up to go, bro. We're gonna go ahead and get this one. Oh, what a fucking shit show this was. The Mad Ducks. Oh my God. Oh, we brought in like this special Chris Pate dude to moderate this fucker. First time ever on the channel. Some moderate Christian intellectual dude. He did not know what the fuck he was getting into. Oh, this was great. This was great. All right.
It's between, like, if I'm in a laboratory, if I'm a field explorer, I want to know, what is the difference? Like, where is the line in the sand between microevolution and macroevolution? Where is
the origin of life of microevolution and macroevolution? Microevolution is basically unequivocally proven through numerous scientific studies. So I'm explaining what microevolution is, so please listen, because I'm telling you, microevolution is unequivocally...
I don't need you to explain what microevolution is. I simply need you to give me a line of demarcation where it stops and where macroevolution
Sticky, Icky,
begins.
and Mad Duck. Man, some of these titles.
It stops at the mutation, recombination, and various species.
Okay, so you're aware that when cells divide, when a mom and dad have sex, right? That recombination is kind of a thing that happens in order for progeny, like for the children, for the babies, to have genetic diversity, right?
That's not the subject.
Yes, it is. You just macroevolution stops at the level of recombination.
That's exactly what I just said.
Do you know what recombination is?
I don't know if you do.
I do.
No, sir. No, sir. You just mentioned recombination as an example, as a part of the demarcation that Immutable had mentioned. You brought that up, not him. You tell him and everybody else what that actually is, Skyot.
We were talking about microevolution and macroevolution.
Yeah, and I asked you a very specific question. What is recombination in respect to this conversation?
Oh, recombination has to do with the concepts of microevolution, such as mutation and natural selection.
You have no idea what it is, do you?
I think you're just confused and you're delusional.
You're aware that not just bacteria do that, right? But cells, gametic cells, gamete cells within your body do that as well.
Just like you clearly read that somewhere, and you have no idea what it's actually referencing.
I think he just read it. I think he just looked it up and read it right now.
This is a good test. So what cells in your body go through recombination, Skyot?
The same as yours.
No, which cells?
Same as yours.
No, there is no same as mine. Which specific...
I got it. Don't worry about it. Okay. There are two types of cells that... There are two general classes of cells.
Same as yours. Same as yours.
Those types of cells are called somatic
Man,
cells.
Skyot, you're great, dude.
Cells.
You're great.
Okay.
Which type of cell undergoes recombination?
Same as yours.
Okay, we're both have the same type of cells,
right,
but which one undergoes recombination, Skyot?
Like, hold on a second.
I'm sorry.
It's still fucking great. It's still great.
Here, hold on a second, Mutable. I muted Sky out for a minute. Look, this is kind of getting ridiculous right now, but Immutable, just to step back a moment, since Sky out couldn't do it,
I'm not muted.
Could you? Well, you were for a second. I muted you. Immutable, could you please explain for those of us in the audience that might not know what the difference is between micro and macroevolution, since Sky out couldn't do it?
Sure. So microevolution tends to be variation within some type of organism in within its progeny. So, like you'll have dogs, they may have certain alleles that control fur color. So when dogs breed, you may have some dogs that are spotted, some that are patched. You might have some that are more amplified in their ability to run, in their ability to be muscular. Some that may differ in their morphology. So microevolution builds upon small changes, and eventually, after enough changes, the line of demarcation kind of becomes blurry. Macroevolution can take place at the species level, where if you have two generations which can no longer breed with one another.
So macroevolution, and this is coming from an idiot, a self-prescribed idiot myself. So macroevolution basically deals with speciation then.
Yes, macroevolution essentially deals with speciation.
Okay.
Yeah. So there is really no, like, there's no, in reality, there's no cutoff. Like it's all the same. It's measuring the same distance with inches rather than miles, right? But the reason why there is that separation conceptually is to kind of help people understand some of the gross anatomical differences between species. Because if you look at the physiology or I should say the anatomy of Homo erectus, it is quite different than ours, as far as the femur length and the cranial size and whatnot. And so
and whatnot.
So that's kind of an easier way to explain it to people. But then this is kind of a learning experience for people. If you don't know, and I said this to him earlier, if you don't know the terminology, don't use it. Don't, right. Because when you are obviously trying to sound like you have the shibboleth to have the conversation, people pick up on that. And it's really easy for me to pick up on the fact that Skyout literally read something before he came in here, and he doesn't know what he's talking about, which is fine. Like that's no problem. There's a lot of people who don't know as much as Skyout right now in the audience laughing at it.
Yeah.
Like, there's no shame in saying that, you know what, I don't know. There is trying to tell people who have literally tutored people in this, people who have literally tutored other people in this, that you know this stuff, and it's easy for us to spot that because you can take too much trained to do that. So,
real quick, Drag, I just want to jump in and recognize Stupid Whore Energy, formerly known as Sarah Slapchats. Thank you for your $10 super chat, same as yours. I think she's speaking to Sky Out. But yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and just real quick too, here's the thing. When Immutable asked this question.
All right, man, that was just fucking great, dude. Sky Out, you never bore me. You will never bore me. All right, let's. I'm gonna have to go to bed soon, probably with my phone half charged. I'm exhausted. But we're gonna play a little bit of this. I'm gonna let it charge as much as I can, and then I'm gonna drag tomorrow. I'll probably be doing this tomorrow. This will be what I do. I might have a room. Like I'm off tomorrow, but I'm probably gonna be tired because I'm staying up late tonight. So we'll see what happens. But I'm gonna be probably doing this tomorrow. I want to get this done. My OCD's going off. I mean, we're well over 500 streams deleted now at this point. I really want to get this old stuff on the channel so I can kind of be done with it for a while and maybe do a final sweep on both sides, the edited and the lives. So man, but I'm definitely getting tired. I've been pretty much streaming all day just for fun. Like, what else am I gonna fucking do? And I've actually enjoyed doing this, honestly. Going back, just looking at all the old streams, man, it's bringing back a lot of shit. Cool stuff. All right, but we'll be done with same with yours. This, like I said, I think the Christian moderator might have been on the channel once before. It was a guy that like John had met on Twitter. Really nice dude, intellectual, philosophical Christian guy, just all around nice guy. And we brought him. For some reason, John thought it would be a good idea to have another moderator there, another moderator that wasn't very experienced with the dumpster fires that took place on my channel. And man, when I say fucking dumpster fires, wow! All right, This was great. I remember this vividly. I don't remember how I did. It's John fucking Maddox, the Mad Ducks. Let's fucking go. We're gonna get to it. Like yeah, it's gonna get right into it too.
And demons, you sinners and saints. Let me get the screen right. Here we go. There we are. All right. Let me turn on my camera. What's up, you sinners and saints?
Nobody did dumpster fires like Raging Atheist did dumpster fires back in the day. Now, people for a long time try to say Gur Streams was like dumpster fire central, but like 85% of the dumpster fires that happened on Gur Streams was me, right? Like, I was responsible for that. I brought my dumpster fire existence to Gur Stream's channel, so a lot of my dumpster fires are over there as well, but, you know, I was the legitimate king of dumpster fires there for a while on YouTube. I had the best. This was one of the best of those. This is a fucking shit show, y'all. Oh, we're going to enjoy. Man, I'm going to be up to like fucking 10 o'clock at least. I could see it. Like, this is a shit show and a half.
Welcome back to the Rage. John, you're going to start it off. And I'm just so used to starting it off. So
Right, yeah. I wandered there for a second. But I didn't start speaking right away, so you had to fill the air. Hey, welcome here to the Rage. We're here tonight for a conversation between Nakasuchi and John Maddox, Logical, Plausible, Probable, which that is the name of his YouTube channel, Logical, Plausible, Probable. We will get his link into the video description here when we get done. And, go over and check his channel out. Scott is here tonight with me. I'm an atheist. Scott is a Christian. Knock is an atheist. John Maddox is a Christian, and myself and Scott are here as moderators. Okay, the other two folks are going to have a conversation, and I didn't want
moderators
to come on and moderate and just be an atheist here. Because it's been a little contentious between these two fellas, but hopefully we can have a reasonable conversation on different issues tonight, and that's why me and Scott are here to try and keep it at a reasonable keel. So as I said,
look at Scott. Like, you can already see he's like, wait a minute, what the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? What am I doing?
Channel owner Nakasuchi is here, Raging Atheist. We're also joined by his fellow interlocutor tonight, John Maddox. John is a serial entrepreneur. He's had many different businesses, has many different businesses. He's also started dipping his toe into the apologetics world. And as I said, go over and check out his channel. He has many videos over there that you would find interesting. Welcome, John.
Should make for some interesting conversation, I'm sure.
Yep. And
I'm looking forward to it.
And then I am joined tonight also by my fellow moderator, Scott Paith. He is a professor of religious studies at DePaul University. He's also an author, and he's been, done a few streams with us here. And we will get all of his information in the video description as well. And I urge you to go and check his books out. And Scott, you do have a YouTube channel as well, correct?
Not really. No, I've got a blog and
That's right.
on Twitter. I keep thinking I'm going to try to start up a YouTube channel or something like that. And then life keeps intervening. But eventually I'll have something up, and then you can link to that.
Okay, yeah, and I remember now you mentioning the blog the other times you've been here. We'll get those links in the description, as I said. And so, like I said, me and Scott are here just as moderators. Hopefully that won't, need to take place. I think these two gentlemen can have a reasonable conversation. They're not going to agree on much. I know that right up front. But if things do get out of hand, and Nakasuchi will admit and has admitted many times on live streams that he himself needs moderation at times. So the only thing that we'll step in for, as Scott was saying.
Understatement of the year.
They get talking over one another. We want John Maddox here to have a chance to talk, and maybe Scott or myself might have to step in to kind of reframe things, if you guys get talking past one another. But at any rate, I'm just going to throw it over to you, Knock, and then you just go ahead and, get this ball rolling and see where we go from there. And me and Scott will dip in if we need to.
Cool. Yeah, I appreciate it. First, I want to give you credit for showing up. A lot more balls than your boy. You're actually not afraid to have a conversation. I respect that. So I give you props for coming here to my place. And no matter the outcome of this conversation, I'll guarantee you that since you came here, I'll come to yours. So if you want me to come to yours and have a follow-up conversation, I'm more than willing to do so. Your rules on your home. I've tried to be really fair. I had a hard time getting a moderator that was a Christian as well. Mainly, I wanted to do this just to show Smokey that he would have a fair chance here. That I'm going to make sure that there's moderation and he would have his chance to bring his allegations to me. We can hash them out, and then we can go on.
To be blunt, dude, I'm not here to talk about Smokey.
Well, that's what I'm here to talk about, because that's what our issue is.
No. My issue is that you were talking trash about me specifically. I came to your stream. I said, let's talk, as you were talking trash about me. Now, that was what was discussed. Now I'm here, and now you want to make this about somebody else.
Well, no.
So this
I'm
was
getting the overall.
I was never coming here to talk about somebody else.
Why I started talking?
So I mean, do I have to have big balls to come and talk about somebody else, or am I here to talk about?
You're here to talk to me.
stuff?
So let me talk. Let me speak. All right. This isn't your fucking place, so I will fucking speak.
Man,
right?
Dude, what's up, bro?
So you started.
I'm not sure, Link. No, Link. I'm just. I'm about to go to bed before too long. I should have been in bed about 2 hours ago, probably. I'm just deleting old streams off the channel so I can get all my old streams back up. Just kind of really condensing my backlog, and then I'm gonna. When I'm done with that process in the next day or two, I'm gonna post this. I've just been watching kind of like random stuff as I've done it all day. So no Link. There was a room earlier. Puff came in. Jay Passett came in for a brief moment. Didn't really get too much. Hopefully Jay didn't leave because I was kind of refuting what he was saying about communism. I wasn't trying to do anything there. Maybe he might have thought we were going to get into some broad discussion of communism, or he had something that he had to do. But me and Puff had a really good conversation, but nobody showed up. Right now I'm just kind of like chilling and deleting videos, and this is a hell of a dumpster fire, and it starts immediately.
Started insulting me with your boy Smokey Saint.
I don't have to delete stuff. At first I did because I had put all of my edited videos public without deleting a lot of the stuff I wanted to delete. But I've been planning on doing this for over a year. I'm not the Raging Atheist anymore. This channel will eventually become an archive of what's left. I wanted to keep the gist of what the Raging Atheist was, but there was a lot of nonsense and a lot of just stupid streams, a lot of filler content. So I'm keeping everything that's a conversation, or at least most of what was a conversation. There's been a couple I should have kept that one. But I'm keeping all the conversations and getting rid of what's not a conversation. I've deleted over 500 streams. It's just been something that I've been planning on doing. It's not anything that I have to do. This channel is dead. I will be eventually starting a new channel. Until then, I'm just gonna kind of have fun on YouTube. Try out some things. Hopefully have some really great conversations that I can take to the new channel when I go to kind of be that first content for that channel when I do start a new one. But that's a while away now.
Before
I started
I ever
insulting you,
even
or
before
I started
I ever
insulting you, or
even
you were insulting me.
John, was
I'm
that
pretty sure you've been
screenshot
insulting
you
me.
Hold on.
Hold on.
John, both of you, hold on for a second. All right. Look, yeah, he's here to talk to you and to talk about some specific issues that he disagrees with you on, John. But the reason that he brought up Smokey is because the whole disagreement between you and Knock came out of your co-signing of Smokey's behavior. Okay, I mean, I don't understand. You're not here to talk about him.
So actually, I allowed this guy to come on my channel, let the two of them hash it out and yell at each other for like 15 minutes. And then it was an open mic night for after show. And I allowed the two of them to go at it before ending it and moving on to let the other like zillion people that we're trying to discuss to get on actually have something to say. So to act like I somehow was doing something is ridiculous. Okay, and I will finish the sentence.
Yeah.
Bro, you were talking mad trash about me in live chats during debates well before any of this other stuff happened. Then again, your live stream.
All right, and I've been kind of doing this all day. I get invested in the stuff I'm listening to in the background. But that's fucking hilarious, like mad ducks whining because people are bitching and sidetracked. I watched debates. I watched a lot of debates back then. I was a fixture in the side chat of modern day debate. John Maddox was like one of the worst fucking debaters. Like he was an atrocious human being that said atrocious shit. And yeah, a lot of us would be in those side chats just talking mad shit. That has nothing at all to do with what we're here. Like the whole reason we're here is because I went on John Maddox's stream and it was a complete and fucking shit show. And because he was just signing off on the shit show that was Smokey Saint at the top. Like, Smokey Saint was on a fucking rampage, just eviscerating motherfuckers. And John Maddox was just like, yeah, that's cool. That was our fucking beef. And yeah, like, he was really mad that I came on his channel and brought my dumpster fire. I held Smokey, like, me and Smokey went at it. It was beautiful. I covered that shit too. I probably deleted it
after my debate.
I probably deleted it because it was a review stream.
Specifically,
yeah, that's probably gone off my channel already, or it's like right by wherever the fuck this is. So I might have just deleted it.
Talking trash about me and my position on abortion.
Right.
I started chatting with you. Hang on. Let me finish this and I'll shut up.
Hold on. No, wait a minute. Stop. Just for one second.
Can I jump in?
That's exactly what he wants to talk to you about tonight. He wants to talk to you about the Old Testament and about his disagreements with you on the abortion issue. Go ahead, Scott.
So I'm just thinking about what would be a helpful way of proceeding, because it seems to me that this could be a conversation where there's a lot of people talking over one another. And clearly, we don't even have an agreement at this point about sort of what the conversation is about. And I'm coming in this completely ignorant of the underlying conflict. So my suggestion is this: if Nakasuchi can take a few minutes to sort of lay out what his perception of it is, then
this was so brutal for him.
Oh yeah,
I'm not here to discuss Smokey Saint. That is between the two of them.
Yeah. If
two grown men want to talk about their issues, they can have a conversation about their issues.
Hey, John, let Scott finish what he was saying. Okay.
Don't make me
talking over one another. We can't, it doesn't translate to the audience. When two people start talking on live stream, as you know from doing streams yourself, it just comes out as a garbled mess on the other side. So just let Scott finish what he was saying as far as like to keep control of this.
I've got to get up at 4:30 tomorrow, so let's talk faster and get to the point.
Okay. Well, it's incredibly unhelpful if we're all talking over one.
Yeah. Can I even finish my opening on why we're here? I mean,
if Nakasuchi can just sort of take a few minutes to sort of lay out his perspective, and you can take it any direction you want after that, and then hopefully we can circle around to.
All right. Okay. If the moderators be quiet, I will shut up. Go ahead, Rage.
All right. So I'm definitely here to have a conversation about the Old Testament and abortion, which are the issues that we've had. Now, you mentioned that I talked a lot of shit about you in debates pre-Smokey. I don't think that that's true. I do go into modern day debates sometimes, and I do troll sometimes. So yeah, I probably said some things. But this stems from the fact that Smokey Saint trolled me, started shit with me, and then you got involved. And you can try to deny that all you want. You can try to say that, oh, you came into this stream and I was attacking you, and I was attacking you. And I showed earlier in that stream, maybe you didn't catch it, the screenshots of you calling me Ronnie the retarded, the raging retard, or whatever it was that you called me. So don't sit here and pretend like you're innocent. We're here to talk Old Testament. You accused me of being an anti-Semite with your boy Smokey. I gave you props for having more balls than Smokey, but let's address those issues. Let's talk about the Old Testament. Let's talk about abortion. That's what I'm here to talk about. I'm not here to talk about Smokey Saint. I was just trying to lay out how we got here. And you wanted to jump all over me. I don't give a fuck about Inky Tank. He's Icky Tank. He doesn't matter. Neither do you. But I'm here to give you a chance to either give some legitimate evidence that I'm an anti-Semite or to stop saying that shit.
Where did I specifically state that you're anti-Semitic?
I have a sound clip of it, dude. I play it constantly.
And what did I say specifically?
You said that you backed up Smokey Saint's claims.
What did I say specifically? All right, you said you played it many times. So what did I say exactly?
Well, you said I clearly said that all Jewish people were a bunch of sheep fuckers. And that makes me an anti-Semite.
And did you say that on my stream?
No, I did not. I
really? I'm gonna have to bust out the clip on that, bro. Because you said it multiple times, actually, on my stream. In the time that I'm referring to, in regards to when I let you come onto my stream, you said sheep fucker multiple times.
I said it like once.
Hold on. But did he say all Jews, or was he referring to the people that wrote the Bible?
Okay, he literally just denied ever saying it. And now we're argue semantics. Now we're argue semantics. Do you really need to pull it up?
No, I didn't.
Real quick, John.
Do you really need to pull it up?
John. Referring to the people that wrote the Bible.
Okay, he literally just denied two times, bro.
Hold on. But did he say?
All right, I'm like fucking shit up. I'm laughing and pushing buttons. Oh God! All right, so yeah. John called me an anti-Semite because I said, why do you follow a bunch of sheep fuckers? That's what this is about. I'm like, why you follow a bunch of sheep fuckers? And I'm referring to the people that wrote the Bible, and I'm being hyperbolic, sure, but I'm not referring to all Jewish people. And he tried to say I'm an anti-Semite because I'm like, why you follow a bunch of sheep fuckers? Yeah, I was a dick back then. I would probably grant. Yeah, I mean, look at me laughing about it. Like, yeah, I'm a dick.
All Jews, or was he referring to the people that wrote the Bible?
And poor Scott.
He literally
poor
just
Scott.
ever saying it. And now we argue semantics. Now we argue semantics. Do you really need to pull it up?
No, I didn't.
Real quick, John.
Do you really need to pull it up?
John.
Anyway, the point I made. Hang on. I let him talk. It's my turn now.
John, I understand that, but
somebody's really triggered.
Here's the thing. Like I pointed out, and other people pointed out, we grant your premise. Okay, he said that back in the past in one of his videos.
Okay, so if I'm
hold on.
So now I'm taking all the same positions as somebody else because I called him out for something that he said on my channel.
You've got to stop interrupting.
That's fine. I'm not here to debate you, John. I'm here to debate.
I understand that.
So I would like for you to be quiet and let the two of us have a conversation.
Okay, and that's what we're going to do. Okay, moderators sit there and say things that are untrue. Okay,
I'm not saying something untrue. I'm literally calling him out. He's being a liar right now.
All right.
No, I'm not. No,
moderate. The job of the moderators is to moderate.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So the best way that we can do that is to create a situation where each of you has a chance to say your piece.
And that's what I'm trying to do here. But I just want to say this.
What a fucking disaster this was.
The reason that we disagreed with you guys, John, is because Nakasuchi, if we grant the premise that he said that about the people that wrote the Bible, that's a very specific group of people that cannot be extrapolated into a person is calling the Jewish people that that nasty name. Okay, so that's where you guys got off the tracks of trying to claim that Knock is a racist and said something about the entire group of Jewish people. That's where the disagreement was. And here's the thing: we're going to talk about the two issues that you disagree with each other on, which is the Old Testament and abortion. And we're just going to lay this other shit aside, and we're going to let you go first, John, and we're gonna start with the abortion issue. And go ahead and take a couple of minutes, and you explain where it was you and Nakasuchi differed on this issue. Go ahead.
Okay, so let's set up a premise of number one. John, I am not here to listen to you talk. You literally dominated this conversation. Okay.
No, I have not.
Yes, you have. We can go back and time things if we want to. Now,
what a shit show this was.
Again, we are here to have a discussion about
oh God, I fucking loved every minute of this too. Like you see me just loving every minute of it. Like I am fucking loving this shit.
Frame out and to get you guys on that page.
So great.
We're done talking about Smokey saying. We're done talking about the fact that you and Smokey want to say that Ronnie is a racist, okay, because he's not. We are talking about the two issues that you guys have an issue with, and that is the Old Testament, and that is your stance on abortion, okay? And I am giving you the opportunity right now to get that conversation going. You get to go first, John. Lay your groundwork of how you disagree with Nakasuchi on the abortion issue, and we'll have a back and forth between the two of you, and I will not talk again. But so go ahead.
Thank God, that was like a 2-minute diatribe.
Yeah, right. 2 minutes. God damn.
I thought you weren't going to talk anymore. I thought you were going to talk anymore. Can you be quiet?
I mean, because you start in with the.
Dude, shut up! Let me talk. Good Lord.
Okay.
Okay.
How about this? I'll talk for just 1 second to say.
I'm not erasing any of the conversations, the freak. I probably erased some conversations I had on other channels. I'm only like erasing like review streams and shit like that. Like I'm just condensing. I was over 1,000 streams, man. It was way too much.
PP, you have the floor.
I'm not here to discuss the Old Testament. The only thing I'm here to discuss.
I've been wanting to do this for quite a while.
If he wants to argue anti-Semitism and all that in Old Testament, he can have that conversation with Smokey. The only reason I'm here is because when I came to his stream after the debate, he was talking trash about me, specifically in the context of abortion. So, do I think that abortion is homicide, genocide, a variety of other sides? Yes. Do I think it is justified? No. Do I think that it is a completely separate form of life that is being exterminated? Yes. Do I think that in any other context would the premise of extermination and execution of a life form that is innocent and without the power to defend itself would be an atrocity and a criminal activity? Yes, I do. So to have anybody make the argument that somehow that is an unreasonable position, I think that just exemplifies a lack of big picture thinking and sanctity of life expression and a mindset that as a father, and it was ironic that in that stream, the Rage's daughter, young daughter, looks about the same age as mine, came up and was talking to him. And, I personally find people that have kids and are active proponents of abortion to be, I think they really have something broken in their brain and their mind and their personality and their morals, because
they always have to bring my kid into it, always. And this was before Smokey really started going after my kid. It's just a natural instinct for Christians to go after the atheist child. I truly believe that. I think it's just a natural instinct.
In my opinion, once you've experienced the joy that is creation of life and observing those new souls begin to take form or personality and make their mark on the world, to even contemplate having exterminated them before they had a chance is just something that I mean, I understand that people have different perceptions, and I know a lot of people don't really contemplate what would things would really be like if they had taken that action. But when you look across the world and just consider the sheer volume of lives that are not here, and how that number dramatically surpasses the number of deaths in every war in the history of humanity. To me, when I listen to people like The Rage talk about human rights and all these social justice activities and these different things that he supports to supposedly help humans, yet is not only in favor of abortion, but literally insults and derides me because I am against it. That seems like the direct antithesis of the supposed positions he takes on these other issues, and I find it to be rather pathetic.
Well, real quick, to Ronnie, and just to get a clarification from you, LPP. So it's not possible for a person to be correct on one issue but be wrong on a related issue?
Am I here to debate you, or am I here to debate him?
I'm asking you a question of clarification.
I'm not here to have a conversation with you. I'm here to have a conversation with him.
I understand that. Okay, but here's the thing, dude.
Let me answer.
Go ahead, dude.
For one, like, did you even watch my stream? Because if you watched my stream, you would fully understand that while I am for pro-choice, I don't believe in abortion. I would never want anybody that I've ever had sex with and have impregnated to get an abortion. I am for pro-choice because that is an individual liberty and a political discussion. Now, you brought up abortion in context to secular morality, and that it's secular morality is the reason why we have abortions. That's what I took issue with your stance. But like, did you watch my stream? Do you totally understand my stance as a pro-choice? I'm for pro-choice, but I personally don't personally agree with abortion.
So I mean, I heard what you said. I think that.
Well, I mean, you just totally.
I think it's a weak. No, because I think it's a completely weak cop out of trying to play both sides.
How?
And
how?
Okay,
I've never had an abortion. I've never wanted to have an abortion, but I'm for pro-choice. I'm for individual rights of women. I think women should have the right to determine the medical procedures they have upon their bodies. We live in a free country.
Right. So the whole point that I am making is that either one, when it comes to biology, you are staggeringly ignorant and have bought into the propaganda that's been pushed by the hard left, of which I believe you say you're an advocate.
Yeah, I'm a hard leftist. Yes.
Things that
I'm like, it looks like I'm to day 3 of the pandemic, man. That's fucking crazy. Like, man, I've been doing this for too fucking long. I did this for too long.
Such as Roe v. Wade. I mean, do you even understand what the legal foundation of Roe v. Wade was?
I probably do, but like, do you understand that abortion was legal when this country was first started? It was then made illegal, and that there was reasons why Roe v. Wade came about and why it was made legal.
So do you actually understand what the legal foundation of Roe v. Wade is?
Maybe. Tell me. Refresh me.
Viability.
Viability. All right.
It was not determined that the quote unquote fetus was part of the female body, which is the argument that's made now in the propaganda. It was made that it was based on viability. Well, what they have fast forward to now, and we know beyond doubt that a baby can be viable if born at 21 weeks. We know this beyond doubt because it's been proven. The baby was born at that and survived. So we know that the survivability is there. So viability has taken that timeline has shrunk exponentially. And we know that as our medical technology continues to advance, that number will continue to get shorter. So if the genetics of the child are from the moment of inception are categorically 150%, there is no similarity other than the recombination effect that's happened in the fertilization process. that child is always a separate entity. It can have different blood types, very often does. There is literal separation between mother and infant. So to claim that it is the woman's body.
All right, one second. I got to call my
being made for
daughter.
is kind of,
she's got to drink some juice. All right, we can continue.
Categorically false one from the literal moment of fertilization. And that goes all the way to the irony of that there is literally a flash of light from the phosphorus combination that's happening when sperm meets egg.
So I mean, just to put it like, I'm really fucking myself, but I gotta have my phone charged, and my daughter's low, so I've really gotta have her blood come up. But like going to bed at 10 o'clock gives me 4 hours and 45 minutes until my alarm goes off. Now I usually wake up at 2, but 2:45 gives me 45 minutes before I have to leave. I could probably even set it for 3, and just kind of rush. Takes a good 10-15 minutes just to make coffee.
And to argue that you're going to defend this based on the woman choosing what to do with her body is either an ignorant position or one that is ignoring the falsity of that claim.
Not at all. So I'm looking at it right now. So yeah, there was a baby born at 21 weeks. Did that baby survive on its own?
That has zero relevancy to whether or not it can survive.
No, you're saying that the baby's viable and that it could survive on its own, born at 21 weeks.
No, I didn't say it could survive on its own. I said it could survive.
So it didn't survive on its own. It survived based upon modern
Can any
bad faith interlocutors. He knows what the word viable means. He knew he was lying. Fucking liars.
baby survive after it's born normally?
They did for thousands of years.
Did they have parents?
Yeah.
Okay, so did they survive on their own?
Well, I mean, they survived with.
Did they survive on their own? Yes or no?
Machinery keeping them alive and developing their organs.
that has nothing to do with whether or not it can live.
Sure it does. You want to say that this is whatever. So.
Okay, if a baby comes out of the canal and isn't given any food, is it going to live or die?
Of course, it's going to die.
Okay, so if
I'm
a
not
baby
talking about food. I'm not talking about just
it's survival. It's
living.
external requirements in order to survive. It doesn't matter if it's a ventilator or nutrients. It doesn't make any difference. It still is not self-sufficient.
Like, isn't a ventilator just like replicating what happens in the woman's body or something? I don't know. I have no fucking idea. I shouldn't open my mouth.
So what you're trying to say is that this
I'm
is
too
a
invested
viable,
in the background music.
creature without its parent, and it's not. At 21 weeks, that baby just can't survive on its own without very advanced
At
medical
9 months and
technology.
1 day, it can't survive on its own either.
It can survive with its parents without medical technology.
You're muted right now, John. You got to let Nakasuchi finish his sentences, all right? This isn't the John Maddox show, all right? And the point he was trying to make.
So, like, at this point, like, John is done with John. and vice versa, right? Like John Maddox been done with John Peterson. John Peterson is just like, motherfucker, you done been talking shit to me more than you've been talking shit to Knock, really.
To you is that 21-week-old baby that was born couldn't survive without modern technology, and you're trying to conflate nutrients and parents with modern technology, and that's a little.
Not to mention, you're bringing out an example that's a rarity. There was one 21-week-old baby that has survived, but beyond all of that, you relate this to secular morality, which was my issue. So you want to conflate that I believe in abortion when I've clearly stated time and time again that I don't. I'm for freedom and individual rights. I'm a progressive. That shouldn't surprise you. You claim to be, I don't even know what you claim to be, but this is a political conversation. It has nothing to do with morality. You want to say that it's based upon secular morality. Well, let's talk statistics here, because there are a lot of abortions in this country, a lot of them. 17% of them in 2014 where patients identified themselves as mainline Protestants, 13% as evangelical Protestant, 24% as Catholic, while 38% reported no religious affiliation, 8% reported some other affiliation. 54% of all abortions in 2014 were done by Christians. Christians got them. So that was my beef with what you were saying about abortion. So you want to come in and say that I'm something that I'm not, that I have a position that I don't, because you don't understand my position, but I'm clearly refuting yours.
Okay, so number one, obviously neither you nor John have the IQ to comprehend the point that I was making, because the food.
I guess.
All right, dude, you're muted again. All right.
Let him talk. I do want him to let him talk.
No, I'm going to let him talk, but I'm just going to tell him right now. Stop with the insults, okay? That's not what we're here for. We're here for a conversation. So go ahead and respond to Nakasuchi's points and stop with the insults. Dude.
Let him insult, John, because I love it. Let him insult.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So, am I off mute now?
Yep.
Okay. I would greatly appreciate it, Scott, if you actually are supposed to be a moderator for me. I'd appreciate it if you would mute John and stop him from interrupting me every 5 seconds.
I don't actually.
He doesn't have a mute power.
Oh, well, then he's not actually a moderator, then, is he?
Well, no, but I can moderate.
Okay, so John is obviously, and Ronnie, you're obviously missing the entire point, because in terms of the survivability. So if you're going to argue that the machinery is the only bearing, then for the children that are born, quote unquote, normally, but then require, or premature, but it's only a month premature instead of dramatically premature, and then go into ICU, then you need to, if you're going to make that argument, then you have to claim that they are not and should not be protected by the same rights that I'm arguing should be extenuated to the baby while it's still in the womb. Like, I'm not really sure how difficult that comprehension is. If you're going to make the argument that, oh, it's because it's machines, then any child that's born normally and then put on machines in, infant ICU, that same logic.
Now, again, the only conversations I'm intentionally deleting is anything to do with Misha Popov. Misha Popov, in my opinion, is one of the most evil human beings on the face of planet Earth. Right? I believe he's even more evil than Donald Trump, right? Like even worse than Trump. But that's me. And he is the one person I have made a vow I would never allow any of that content. Even though it was good content, I exposed that motherfucker. But like, just what I exposed was just disgusting, and he is of all the conversations, I'm not deleting conversations at all so far, except for Misha Popov.
That you're trying to put forth would extrapolate. I'm not sure how difficult that is. Now, to your point in context of
question, finish your thought, LPP, but I'd like to follow up on that.
Who is that?
That's Scott. I'd like to follow up on that, but finish your thought. I'll come back to it.
No, in the context of the point you were trying to make of like, oh, on check boxes, people said they were Protestants, evangelicals, etc. Well, this would actually, one, that really doesn't have any bearing on whether or not secular morality has influenced and convinced a significant number of people that it is an acceptable morally acceptable thing to do. Beyond that, we have dramatic, and one of the reasons that I argue in other contexts in relation to or against evolution, because huge portions of people, even in the religious side of the equation, have been convinced that that is the case, and the special creation that we are has lost a huge portion of its.
I'm probably going to be done. I got to go to bed. I got most of a charge on my phone. It should be enough to get me through work tomorrow. My daughter's drinking juice, so she should be coming up. Hopefully. Not getting a reading right now. But I'm going to go downstairs and say goodnight to her. This has been fun today, they're just hanging out. It's been good to see people. What's up, Oz? What's up, man? Long time no see. Yeah, I'm back. I'm going through, condensing all the old catalog, getting all the old stuff back on the channel. And yeah, I'm going to be having conversations in rooms. I'm really going to maybe start reaching out to some people, maybe try to schedule some one-on-ones for my days off, mid-late afternoon. If you're interested in coming in, having a one-on-one conversation with me, meshing out my some of my new philosophical stances, some of the things that I'm into now, meshing out your Christianity or whatever religion or lack of religion or politics, is Trump a fascist? Yeah, any of that, I'm going to be doing all of that. Really good to see you, Oz. And yeah, I'm excited to be back and to be able to do this again. Yeah, I had fun today, just kind of shooting the shit all day long, streaming all day long. Had a pretty good stream this morning. A little glimmer of hope for these dark times. And then just kind of fixing the channel all day. Had a great discussion with Puff. Yeah, it's been fun today. I really enjoyed it. I'm way past my bedtime. I'm going to regret this tomorrow. But like I would have had to be up getting my daughter's blood up anyway. And I have to have a charge on my phone. So yeah, can't wait to replace that, and I don't have to worry about, charging my phone all day. This only gets worse, and I'll try to remember, because I really don't have much left at this point. All right, so when I started, and I, deleting pretty much everything except for conversations. I started over 1,000 streams, close to 1,100 streams. We're now at 556 streams. I'm at 301 to 330 right here. So really, we're almost done. I might even finish this tomorrow and get these streams back on the channel tomorrow. So people can see these old streams again, these old conversations. Because I've wanted to do that for a year. I just really have wanted to condense them. I really wanted to go through and make several playlists. I might still do that. They'll be on the channel, but they won't be kind of broadcasted. So I might still go through with what's left and make playlists and stuff like that. Although some of the playlists I was thinking of, Icky Taint era, which would have been 5 years, I'm finding out. Really probably 3.5 years, because I haven't been doing anything. In a playlist, Matt Powell in a playlist, conversation, all of that. I might still do some things like that with it. But yeah, it's been fun today, just kind of going back through all this old shit, listen to some of the old streams in the background. It's been fun. I've enjoyed it, and I miss doing this, so I'm excited to be back, excited that I can do this again. And yeah, it's good to see everybody. Let everybody know I'm back. I'm sober. You know, I'm gonna try to do this a lot better than I did before. And y'all have a wonderful rest of your evening. I'll probably see you tomorrow afternoon doing much the same. And for sure, Ozzy, yeah, we definitely got to catch up, bro. Definitely got to catch up.